Okay, this is going to be a tutorial of how to log into the CS server and set up your public HTML folder so that you can host a website. So let's jump in. I'm going to use one of your student accounts, and you should be able to follow along exactly with what I've done to set yours up properly. Log into the system, use SSH, CS151, and the demo account I'm using is cs15119 at cs.indstate.edu. And the password. Alright. Type in the same password I just typed in. Okay, you would just type in your full name here, leave the rest blank. Okay, I use PASSWD password command. That's different than print working directory, which is PWD. PassWD changes your password. So I type in the old password one more time. Type in my new password. Okay, so my password has changed now. Type ls-l. See, I have just a desktop folder. Okay, I want to create a public HTML folder. mkdir makes that directory. The argument to this command is the name of the directory I want to create. Public HTML. I type ls-l is the option. It's technically also an argument, but it tells the command to display the contents of my home directory as a list instead of, if I just type ls, it just lists it out horizontally. -l lists it vertically and gives more information. And that's a command option. Alright, we've got our public HTML folder, ls-l. We see that others do not have access to it. We need to enable the web server to access this folder. Okay, so we need to do chmod 755 public HTML. Okay, now we see others have read and execute access here. When you list things out, this is the group permissions. Those are going to be a little bit different because we're using ACLs on the system, advanced Linux permissions, which basically allows me to access all of your directories, but not other students. Okay, so the main thing here is we need the web server to access public HTML. So we did that, but we also have to give it access to our home directory. So if you type ls-l is the option, and then go up one level to the parent directory. This is all of the student directories, the home directories of all the students. Alright, so we're cs15119. Okay, others do not have read or execute access. We need to grant that. Okay, so cd home, make sure we're home. Oops, cd. Okay, we're home. Now we do a chmod 700. 7 is the user, that's you, has full access. 0 means the group has I'm sorry, this needs to be 755. The second 5, or the second digit here, is the group, and that is read and execute. These are called octal permissions. So you can set all the permissions with a number instead of doing things like user permission equals write, read, execute, group permission, remove, execute, and then other permission, add, read, or whatever. So the octals are another way of doing that. It's faster, 755, and we need to do that to our home directory. Okay, so this is going to make our home directory accessible to others, this last one, with read and execute. That means the web server can open our home directory. So we look at all the student directories again, and here we go. We have read and execute permissions. Okay, so let's try to test this out. We can cd into our public HTML and create an index page. So pico index.html. Make a quick HTML file to test it. Okay, so that'll show up in our tab on the browser, and now we make the body element. The body element basically stores all of the displayable content on the page. Anything in the body, for the most part, will actually show up on the page itself. And you don't have to have an H1 tag here, but you can. It's just any other tag. So I'm doing it because it's large bold text, and this is CS 151.19 homepage. All right, very basic site. We're going to save it. Let's see if we've got it. Okay, now I'm going to open a browser and go to CS CS 151.19. Okay, so don't yet have permission. So let's see what I'm missing here. Okay, my index file does not have the proper permissions. Okay, so I'm going to chmod 755 that. There it is. Okay, so there were 3 things we had to change the permissions on. You had to change the permissions on your home directory. You had to create the public HTML and change the permissions on that. And any content in that directory, you have to make sure has the proper permissions. Okay, and all 3 of those were chmod 755. So that command will do your directory. That command will do your public HTML. Set the permissions up for that. And that command will do your index file, your index.html. Okay, that's basically all you need to do to get public access to whatever content you have in public HTML from anywhere on the internet. Any computer should be able to access cs.indstate.edu / and then your username and any of that content you have in there, as long as the permissions are set for others to read, so the web server can read it, the entire internet will have access to it. So that's part of Lab 3. Alright, there you go.